didn't wake you, did I? No, I figured you'd still be up. You never really go to bed early on nights like this. God, it still smells the same in here. That candle, the one you said smells like cozy Sundays, it's still burning. I don't even have to look. I can tell. You never blow it out. You always forget, no matter how many times I tease you about it. I didn't really plan how to say this. I knew if I waited another day, I'd never do it. Can we just sit for a minute? I don't want to start this standing by the door like some stranger. Thanks. You know, it's strange. The room feels smaller tonight, like everything's holding its breath, waiting. I guess I am too. You know how I get when I have something heavy to say. My stomach knots up, my throat closes, and I keep stalling with small talk. You've seen it 100 times. If this were a movie, I'd be the worst kind of character. The one who starts every sentence with, "Listen, and then never finishes. But I can't stall anymore. Not tonight. I need to talk to you about us. When I walked in, I almost said, "Hey, babe," like I always do. It was automatic. My mouth almost said it before my brain caught up. That scared me a little. How easy it still is to fall into that habit. Because I think I've been living inside a habit for a while now. This isn't easy for me. I don't want you to think it is. I've been carrying this around for weeks, trying to find another reason to stay quiet, telling myself maybe I'm just tired, or it's a rough patch, or it'll get better if I wait long enough. But I don't think waiting is helping anymore. Do you remember the first night I stayed here? You had that terrible couch. The one with the spring that stabbed my back all night. I should have been miserable, but I wasn't. I remember lying there, half asleep, listening to your breathing, thinking, God, this is it. I'm safe. It sounds so stupid now, but I swear I meant it. Every word, every heartbeat. That's why I didn't want to talk about this over text, or after a fight, or when we were angry. You deserve better than that. You deserve my honesty, not my silence. So here it is. I love you. I really, really do. But I can't keep doing this. Somewhere along the way, I started feeling like I was disappearing. Like I was pouring everything I had into us and forgetting what me even meant anymore. I kept thinking if I tried harder, smiled longer, stayed up later, maybe I can make it feel like it used to. But no matter what I did, something inside me kept breaking quietly. And I don't want to resent you for that. You haven't done anything wrong. That's what makes this hurt even more. You didn't do anything to deserve this conversation. You didn't fail me. It's just, sometimes love isn't enough to keep two people growing in the same direction. And I can feel us drifting. Even when we're holding hands, I can feel it. Like I'm holding on to a memory that doesn't quite fit anymore. I didn't come here to make you cry or to hurt you. I came here because pretending isn't love. And you deserve someone who can still look at you and see forever. I used to see forever. Now I just see how much this is going to hurt when it's over. I guess that's why I'm here tonight. Because it already hurts. And I think ending it kindly is the last thing I can give us. I'm sorry. You know what's funny? Even now, sitting here like this, my brain keeps showing me every reason I fell for you. Like it's trying to talk me out of what I just said. You probably don't even realize how much of my memory is made of you. Like that morning when you burned the toast because you got distracted dancing with me in the kitchen. Or how you used to hum that awful pop song every time you made coffee. The one I swore I hated, but I still catch myself humming sometimes. God, I can see it all. The way you used to hold my hand when we crossed the street. Not because you thought I needed help, but because you liked how our fingers fit together. The first time you said, "I love you," your voice cracked right in the middle. You tried to laugh it off, but I could see how terrified you were that I wouldn't say it back. And I did say it. I meant it so much it scared me. Those memories, they're the hardest part. Because they make this moment feel like betrayal. Like I'm walking away from everything good we built together. But the truth is, love changes. Even when you don't want it to. Sometimes it softens until it's barely recognizable. Not gone, just quieter. Like the echo of a song you still love, but can't remember all the words to. I think I started noticing it the day I stopped reaching for you first. Not because I didn't want to, but because I was afraid you'd feel me pulling away, and I didn't want to face what that meant. So I started pretending, smiling through it, saying, "I'm fine," when I wasn't. Telling myself that love means staying, no matter how much it hurts. But that's not love, is it? That's fear. Do you remember the night we got caught in the rain? We didn't even try to find shelter. We just stood there, soaked and laughing. You looked ridiculous. Hair plastered to your forehead, water dripping down your nose. But I remember thinking, I could live forever right here. That was the happiest I'd been in years. And now, I can't even remember the last time we laughed like that. Not because we stopped caring, but because we started walking on eggshells. Trying not to say the wrong thing. Trying not to make the silence worse. Do you know how many nights I lay awake beside you, staring at the ceiling, wondering when it changed? I used to fall asleep listening to you breathe. I used to feel safe. Then one day, it was like lying next to a memory instead of a person. And it wasn't your fault. You were still there. I was the one who faded. You once told me I was your calm, your safe place. But lately, I feel like we've just been trying to convince each other that we're still happy. And I don't want to be someone who loves you out of habit. You'd think I'd be angry, right? But I'm not. I'm just sad. Because we had something beautiful. It wasn't perfect. It never had to be. It was ours. Sometimes I still imagine us in that tiny apartment we used to talk about getting. You, me, a cat we'd probably name something ridiculous. Mismatched mugs in the sink. Your jacket on the chair. Little ordinary things. That's the life I thought we were building. But somewhere along the way, it stopped feeling like we were building anything. We were just holding together what was left. And it's not that I don't love you anymore. I do. It's that I've been trying to love myself again. And I can't seem to do both at the same time. I used to think love meant giving everything. But I gave until there was nothing left for me. And I think that's when I started losing sight of who I was. The parts of me that existed before us. And you deserve someone who doesn't look at love like survival. Someone who still has energy left to dream. Someone who can see you and not flinch at their own reflection. I wish it didn't have to be this way. I wish I could just rewind us back to the laughter, back to the rain, back to that feeling of forever. But every time I try, I realize forever isn't supposed to feel this heavy. You know, there's still this part of me that still hopes maybe in another life we'll get it right. Maybe I'll know how to stay without losing myself. Maybe you'll know how to love without holding on so tight. But in this life, I think this is where our story changes shape. You were home for me, and I'll never regret that. Even when I walk away, part of me will still look for you in quiet rooms, and old songs, and the smell of that damn candle. Because that's what love does. It leaves echoes. And I'll carry yours for a long, long time. You know what's strange? Even after everything I just said, my first instinct is still to reach for your hand. It's like my body hasn't caught up to my heart yet. Or maybe my heart hasn't caught up to the truth. I keep hoping if I just say things gently enough, it won't hurt. But I think some things are supposed to hurt because they meant something real. The truth is, I've known for a while, longer than I want to admit. It started as these tiny moments, ones I tried to ignore, like when we'd be out together and I'd catch myself drifting away mid-conversation. Not because I didn't care what you were saying, but because my mind would just go quiet, like something inside me had stopped showing up, and I didn't know how to fix it. I told myself it was stress, that it was just life, that everyone feels distant sometimes. But it kept happening. And the more I tried to fight it, the more it felt like I was faking something sacred. And that's the part that's been breaking me. Because the last thing I ever wanted to do was lie to you. You've always been good to me. Kind, patient, steady in ways I didn't even know I needed. But somewhere along the way, I stopped being that for you. You'd ask if I was okay, and I'd say, yeah, just tired. And you'd believe me, because that's what love does. It believes. And every time you did, I hated myself a little more. Because I could feel you reaching for something that wasn't there anymore. I started falling out of love quietly, like a tide pulling back from the shore. And I kept pretending it wasn't happening. Because I didn't want to face a world where I had to say goodbye to you. God, even saying that out loud feels like betrayal. But love isn't supposed to feel guilt, right? It's supposed to lift you, not weigh you down. And lately, it's felt like I'm carrying both of us. You always told me that love was a choice, that you had to keep choosing it every day. And I tried, I really did. But lately, I wake up and realize I've been choosing out of fear. Fear of hurting you. Fear of being alone. Fear of knowing who I am without you. And that's not the kind of love you deserve. I want you to know, none of this means you did anything wrong. I think that's the hardest part to explain. You didn't mess up. You didn't fail me. You loved me the way you knew how. And for a long time, that was everything I needed. But I think somewhere deep down, I started changing. And I didn't know how to tell you without breaking both of us. There were nights I'd lie next to you, crying so quietly so you couldn't hear. Because I wanted so badly for it to feel like it used to. And every time it didn't, I told myself it was my fault. That I was the one who stopped trying hard enough. That maybe if I laughed more, touched you more, and said, I love you, louder, maybe the feeling would come back. But love doesn't work like that. You can't force something back into bloom when the season's already changed. And I don't want you to think I've stopped loving you. I haven't. It's just, it's different now. Softer. Sadder. Like loving a ghost of something that used to be whole. I hate that it's ending this way. I hate that it feels like I'm the one walking out when all I ever wanted was to stay. But I know staying just to spare your heart means I'd slowly be breaking mine. And I can't keep doing that. You deserve someone who's all in. And I don't even know who I am anymore. I kept thinking maybe this is just a phase. Maybe I'll wake up one morning and the weight will lift, and I'll feel that rush again when I look at you. But that morning hasn't come, and I think it's time to stop waiting for it. You've given me so much, more than I could ever ask for. You made me feel loved in ways I didn't think I deserved. That's why I want to do this right. To end it with the same care you gave me. I don't want this to be the night we hate each other. I want this to be the night we're honest. Even if honesty breaks us. There's something I need to ask. Something selfish, maybe. Before I go, can I just be with you one more time? Just once more. No pretending, no promises. Just us. For a little while. Please.
Hey there. YouTube only lets me misbehave so much. So if you want the uncut, extra spicy stuff, plus bloopers and exclusive audios, you'll have to catch me on Patreon. Don't be shy. The link's right there in the description. I'll see you there, baby.